Welcome to Live, Love, Lake Oswego, the first real estate channel solely dedicated to all things Lake Oswego. My name's Will Fendon. For almost 20 years, I've been a top producing realtor in Lake Oswego. And today, we're going to spotlight one of the most beloved places anywhere in town, the Lake Oswego Public Library. Now, if it's been a while since you've used your library card, you might want to dust it off because you may not believe how many things are happening at the Lake Oswego Library. And if you hang in there until the end of this video, we're going to show you how the library can help you get into all kinds of events and attractions for free across the entire Portland metro area. My wife Jane is standing by on location. Let's go.
This is Jane Fendon from Live, Love, Lake Oswego. We're here at a really special place, the Lake Oswego Library. This is where our kids came from the time they were really little. And we're lucky to be talking to Andrea Milano, who's here at the library. And she's going to tell a little bit about her position and some of the things going on.
Hi, so good to be with you, Jane. Right, so I'm the manager of the Youth Services Department here, as well as the Technical Services Department, which means the folks who catalog our books. But my passion really is for the programs that we produce for families and for youth. And we have so many things going on year-round, really, but during the summer. We, of course, have our Summer Library Challenge, which all of you grew up knowing as the summer reading program. But you know, we really want to expand it and make it accessible for everybody. You don't have to love reading to participate in the Summer Library Challenge because there's a scavenger hunt you can do all across town. You can tell a story, build a fort, cross a bridge. All of those things, including reading, earn you points towards raffle prizes and drawings at the end of the summer. So that is a really important part of what we do during the summer for all families.
I remember our kids, I think they were in, it was grade school. That's probably when you met them. And we came in and we just got this huge stack of books and they read them. I mean, you know, it was amazing. So it's such a great program for kids and families.
It really is. And we have, my children's librarians have visited every elementary school in Lake Oswego, and we are seeing the repercussions of that last week and this week. We've had a steady stream of kids coming in to sign up for the program. They all get a free book, courtesy of the Friends of the Public Library, when they sign up. So they're, you know, we've primed the pump. They're ready to go. They're very excited to participate.
Fantastic. Love it. Can you tell us about some of the other youth and family programs going on too this summer?
Sure, yeah. So the Summer Library Challenge is really, it spans all ages. So 0 up to, you know, graduates, high school graduates. But specifically to our 0 to 5-year-old crowd, who are really the most important to get into the library from the get-go. We have regular story times. There are 4 a week. There's one for babies, 0 to 12 months old. There's one for 1-year-olds, 12 to 24-month-olds, and then there's the 2-year-olds, and then there's the 3 to 5-year-olds. So those happen Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays every week. We have music and movement in Mandarin on Monday morning. Sharon Gahn, who's a community member, puts that program on for us. We have Spanish story time one Friday a month, also for 0 to 5-year-olds. So lots of programming for that age group. We also, for the more school age, elementary age kids, run a series at Rossman Park, which is just down the street here.
Fun.
And that happens on Wednesday afternoons, and we call it Camp LOPL. LOPL, of course, stands for Lake Oswego Public Library. And at Camp LOPL, we have always face painting and different craft tables. And then on occasion, we have a special performer. This summer, we happen to be bringing in the Taiko group, which is the youth Japanese drumming group out of Portland. Very excited about that.
What will the neighbors think? Will they be drumming?
Well, they will be drumming, and we will be outside, so it should be fine.
I want to come.
I will say that 2 summers ago, maybe more, we had Taiko scheduled to perform in the park, and there was a heat wave, and we had to move inside. And that was a very exciting day inside the library with the drummers drumming. So
loud.
Very loudly. Yeah. So we've got those story times. We've got Camp LOPL. We have the Summer Library Challenge. Another thing that we're really excited about that really sort of happens more during the summer than in the winter is our Rover pop-up library. I'm sure you've seen around town. We have a big van wrapped with Library Rover. And what we do with that is we go out to a park or a school site and we set up basically a pop-up library. We have a tent, we have tables, we have materials for everybody, all ages. You can get library cards, you can check out books. So that's really exciting. And this summer we're going to be, I think, in a few different places. We're at Westlake Park prior to a couple of the concerts.
Oh, good. On the Wednesday nights?
On the Wednesday nights, yep, that's Parks in August. We'll be at the Farmers Market a couple of times. We will be at Lake Grove Elementary School where there will be summer school going on. So, look for us around town.
Yeah,
look for that van.
I can't remember if that was happening when our guys were young, but is that a more recent?
Very recent. Yeah,
it's a really good idea.
It has grown out of our outreach and our attempts to really serve people where they are, serve people in different parts of the city, figure out who we're not reaching. We have a population, you probably know better than I, 45,000 about in the city of Lake Oswego. Just over 50% of those people have library cards. Wow. So there's a lot of people out there that, we would like to see using the library more, getting library cards. And when we do go out and do these pop-up events, inevitably we give out, people get new library cards.
If you're new to town or you're not new to town, come in and get a library card because they have so many things in this library. And maybe you can tell us about some of those services that the library provides because it's extensive.
Sure. A lot of people think about a library as a shrine to books. We're so much more than that. We have DVDs, we have CDs for music. We have something really special here in Lake Oswego, which is called our Library of Things.
Oh, what is that?
Have you ever wanted to try an Instapot but not purchase one? You can check an Instapot out from the library. You can check out a metal detector. You can check out a podcasting kit. You can check out an old-fashioned SLR camera, a sewing machine for children.
Do they have is it in a whole area of things to try?
Yep.
Because I want to try an Instapot.
Yeah. So you don't try it in the library. You check it out. You take it home for 2 weeks. And then you bring it back and you try it. So for kids, we've got games. We have puzzles. We have talking microscope. We have a kids metal detector.
My gosh.
We have so many things that you can check out and try. And we're so proud of it because it's part of what libraries have always done is to be sustainable, is to loan things out so that we don't have to have a million of them out there in the world.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a lot of Ninja blenders at Goodwill now because you got it for Christmas, you loved it for 6 months, and you don't want it anymore. So so the Library of Things is really cool.
Wow.
Another thing that is really cool and can be taken advantage of more and more easily these days is what we call our cultural passes. So with your library card, you can get a free pass to the Japanese Garden in Portland, and the Chinese Garden, and the parks around town. You can go down to the Evergreen Space Museum. Lots and lots of.
So you don't have to buy a year pass,
right?
Like, do they do it to the zoo, or do you know?
The zoo is the one place we haven't quite gotten into yet.
Yeah.
But all kinds of other really cool places.
Those gardens are amazing.
Yeah. And as technology advances, it used to be you'd have to come to the library, pick up your pass, use it, get it back to the library. Now,
it's digital, isn't it?
It's digital. It downloads onto your phone. So you could be standing literally in the parking lot at the Japanese Garden, look to see if there's a pass available, check it out, and go in for free.
We just did this to the Lansu Chinese Garden. And we used the library, and they provide a certain amount of passes, for free. And then you can have it in no time.
Right.
Yeah. That's an incredible,
Yeah.
instead of buying a whole year-long pass.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Portland Opera is one of our newest.
Oh, seriously?
Uh-huh.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll have to, is that all online?
It's all online. Our website, LOPL.org, will get you to the main library's website. We have a calendar of events.
So can you tell us a little bit about some of the adult events going on? Because I know my husband has played in some of the musical events here, and they're free, which is an incredible resource for this community.
Right, you're right. We bring in musicians, we bring in authors, researchers, lots of different individuals for programs for adults.
Yeah.
And you're right, they're all free. The majority of them take place on our main floor. We have to move a bunch of movable book stacks and shelves and move chairs in order to accommodate. Just last week, we had a musician here from Cello Bop. We had 82 people in the stacks listening. It was fantastic.
Oh, man.
Many of those events happen in the evenings.
Yeah.
We also have a summer library challenge for adults.
Okay.
And you can sign up for that and log your reading and have a chance to win prizes. And we've been increasingly adding craft programs on Sundays for adults. Okay. So if you're wanting to try out some new little technique in craft, you might be able to do that at the library as well.
Well, and you also have, I know I have audiobooks that I use, but a lot of people in my book groups go to the library and just get them, they check them out and do that online, which is a great resource too.
Yes, we have a lot of digital content, audiobooks you can listen to on your device, ebooks that you can read on your device. It really expands the accessibility for so many people. And a lot of our adult programming since the pandemic is now hybrid. I mean, we really are streaming a lot of our programs so that people can watch even if they can't get physically to the library.
It's wonderful. Probably great for seniors.
Great for seniors.
And little ones, infant.
Okay, now Andrea's going to show us the inside of the library.
So if you're new to the library or you haven't been in here in a while, Andrea's going to tell us, just kind of give us an overview of what's available in here and some different things.
So we are on the main floor of the library. There's a floor above us. There's a floor below us. Behind me is the space where we have all of our adult music and author programs. As I mentioned, we move all of those shelves out of the way and set up chairs. To my left is the adult collection of things that you can check out. We talked about that outside. And when you walk onto the main floor, immediately you'll be greeted by our circulation staff, who will be your first stop to get a library card. They have all kinds of great information. They've got a bookmark with all of the cultural pass options, which reminded me of a few others I would love to mention. The Pig Mansion, the Rhododendron Springs Garden. All of this information is really easily at hand, either on flyers or bookmarks or from the staff that are here and really happy to help. On this main floor, we have adult fiction, we have media like DVDs, we've got music, we have our teen collection. Upstairs is primarily nonfiction and documentaries and our world languages collection for adults. And then downstairs, that's where the magic happens. The children's library of things, children's books, DVDs, music, and all of our children's programming takes place downstairs when we're not outside. Speaking of outside, one program that I really want to share because in the summertime, it's so wonderful to go out to a park and go for a walk with your family, maybe bring a picnic. Well, what we have done is in a different park each month, we have essentially deconstructed a storybook, spread it out along a path so that you can read with your family a story while you visit the park. So right now at Lusher Farms, we have a story called Honeybee. We're celebrating Pollinator Month, and so that's up there. Next month in Iron Mountain Park, we'll have a story called Song in the City, which is a wonderful story that celebrates Disability Pride Month. And we've been doing this now for a couple of years. And there's a guest book at the end, and people sign and they talk about their experience, and families just love it. And it's so I mean, any generation, anybody can go for a walk in a park and read a story at the same time.
Such a
magical.
great idea. I'm so glad you're doing that.
Yeah.
This place, the library is really special to us. We took our kids here when they were really little, and they grew up here. You talked about how you're doing a lot more outreach into the community. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I mentioned Rover.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a home delivery program. If you are unable to, leave your home, or for a lot of different reasons, we will deliver books to you. And we make it really easy for you to return your books or your DVDs or your CDs, whatever it is you've checked out, but not the Instapot. Not the things
that won't go through.
Won't go through. We have book drops all over town. In fact, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 book drops where you can return materials. The City Hall parking lot, Mountain Park, the Yakima Building, West Waluga, Pilkington,
and Lusher
Farm.
Yeah, that's where we've.
So, if you're out and about, look for Rover. If you've got materials to return, drop them in a book drop. They'll get back here. We'll take care of you.
I love it. I love it. Well, let's go down now to one of my favorite parts of this library. It brings back really good memories. Down to the children's room. We came here with our kids when they were little, and it is amazing. And that's where you spend a lot of your time.
That's true. That's true.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Down in the children's room of the library. It's an amazing spot. Can you tell us a little bit more what goes on down here?
Sure, of course. So as you can see, there are books all around us. Families are in and out all day long, checking out materials, browsing, reading, doing arts and crafts. Our storytime area, which we fondly refer to as the story pit, is over to our right there. It's busy in the mornings and in the afternoons and evenings. One thing I want you to know about this space, this children's library, is that it represents 14% of the library's total square footage.
Yep.
And is responsible for 40% of the circulation.
Oh my gosh.
So for example, I know, they're reading. For example, we checked out 37,000 picture books last year.
Wow.
Picture books. That's our 0 to 5 crowd working really hard.
Those little guys are working it.
They are. They're working to read 1,000 books before kindergarten. They're working to...
Those parents are doing
the parents are doing that. It's true. We have a Library Things collection for kids. I mentioned that. It's right over there. Lots and lots of that is also checked out quite frequently.
Great.
We have DVDs and music down here.
It's fantastic. It's just a wonderful place. Lots of good memories here.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
We work hard to make sure everybody's got a good memory from the Children's Library.
Don't miss out in the Lake Oswego Library. It is a really special place. Andrea's told us all about it. It's a real outreach for this community, and it's a total treasure. Thank you so much for taking this time with us. We really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. We really hope to see so many more of you here in the Lake Oswego Public Library.
Jane's right. The Lake Oswego Public Library is a total treasure in this community. We want to say a special thank you to all of our friends at the library that made this video possible, and especially to Andrea Milano for taking the time to talk with us today. Thanks for watching Live, Love, Lake Oswego, the first real estate channel solely dedicated to all things Lake Oswego. If you'd ever like to have an exploratory conversation about buying or selling real estate here, please feel free to call or text me directly at the number on screen. Or if you'd just like to see more content about this amazing place that we call home, please consider subscribing.